and now. Yeah, my defense, they don't like your quarterback. So my defense, all trying to get them sacks. With the ball in the air, secondary go to work. Byron Jones, he be there, he be lying, he be lurking. If you get past him, Jeff Heath gon' hurt him. Put the ball down, go ahead and run it. I got a hot front four when they coming. Plus we got the best linebacker duo in the whole NFL. We the hot boys sizzling on fire, come to give your team hell. Clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Go defense, defense, go defense, defense, gone defense, defense, clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. I know I said at the beginning of this track, man, that we had like a top 10 or like a top 5. Hot boys gearing up to be triple D, you know what I'm saying? Clock Dallas doomsday, time to go to work. Listen what the hot boys tell them, man. Defense, put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat, yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat, yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Yeah, I smell fresh meat, yeah, we all eating. Clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, clock in. D, yeah, it's time to go to work. You see the star on the field, you gon' meet D-Low. Thinking you an outlaw, we sending the predator. Jalen Smith scoop up the whole field, so how you gon' play here, bruh? If you release your dogs, we got a wolf hunter. LVE, tackling Dutchman coming. If you hungry and trying to eat like Zeke, we'll send in a taco to sweep you off your feet. Now you deep in the woods, plus we got a couple Collins. They say time and pressure make diamonds, the hot boys shining. Clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. They say, defense wins championships. We're here in Dallas, we got a top 10. When the hot boys hit the field, this is what we tell them. Listen what we tell them. This is what we tell them. Go to work. Clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in, gone clock in, clock in, clock in. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See my defense, they on the field right now. Yeah, my defense, they yelling 3 and now. Yeah, my defense, they don't like your quarterback. So my defense, all trying to get them sacks. With the ball in the air, secondary go to work. Byron Jones, he be there, he be lying, he be lurking. If you get past him, Jeff Heath gon' hurt him. Put the ball down, go ahead and run it. I got a hot front four when they coming. Plus we got the best linebacker duo in the whole NFL. We the hot boys sizzling on fire, come to give your team hell. Clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. See, clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. It's time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go to work. Go defense, defense, go defense, defense, gone defense, defense, clock in D, yeah, it's time to go to work. I know I said at the beginning of this track, man, that we had like a top 10 or like a top 5. Hot boys gearing up to be triple D, you know what I'm saying? Clock Dallas doomsday, time to go to work. Listen what the hot boys tell them, man. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat, yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Smell fresh meat, yeah, we all eating. Put me in, coach. Yeah, we all hard hitters. Yeah, I smell fresh meat, yeah. time to go to work. Yeah, it's time to go.
The 2019 Dallas Cowboys season is only a few months from kicking off, but this year, let's do things a little different. Instead of just watching games at home or just going to a game, let's actually experience our Dallas Cowboys, just like West Coast does. Cowboys Experience is my one-stop shop for all my Cowboys game day weekends. Their packages are all inclusive, including 2 nights hotel accommodation. We'll pick you up and drop you off at the airport and game. Want to hang out and get autographs from current and former Cowboy greats like Drew Pearson? If you're ready to experience the Dallas Cowboys like no other, make sure you inbox West Coast or go to cowboysexperience.com today. The 2019 Dallas Cowboys season is What's up with you guys? Tony P! I appreciate you, Tony P. That's why I love my scout, Tony P, because he always on it. Before he get into the Cowboy news, he got to make sure that his fellow scout is on. So I appreciate you, Tony B. Hey, we up in here now, though. Naomi, don't trip. It's about to be sound in a couple. Hold up. It's coming right about. Here it comes. Sound. Here we go. There goes your sound right there. I know y'all can hear me now. Anthony, you about to hear me in about there. Hold up. There we go. Hey, I appreciate you, Tony P. Scout on. Hey, Tony P, you about to be the leader of the technical squad, because one thing I like about Tony P is he always comes straight in the show. He always checks everything. Okay, everything good. West Coast good. Boss Cowboy good. Okay, the sound is good. It look good. We ain't tripping. Okay, now y'all can talk about Cowboys. So I appreciate you, Tony P. You a scout for a reason, man. But yo, it is your boy West Coast, man. And we are live in the building, man. Appreciate everybody that's tuning in this morning, man. We got a couple subjects to talk about, man. We got some stuff to talk about, man. Yesterday I had a makeup day for my business. You guys know me and Boss Cowboy. The Lord has blessed us both with our own businesses. But I'm gonna tell you guys, you know, when we both got into our own business owning, we didn't read the whole manual, because we thought that when we got into owning your own business, you would work less and you can make your own hours and you can just be, you know, on the live whenever you want to. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of feel like I'm working more. What do you think, Boss Cowboy?
Oh my God, yes, indeed. Like somebody asked me, Boss, when do you work? I said, every day on the show. Every time, as soon as I get off, right before I got on, I was more than likely majorly working.
Yeah, hey, Boss Cowboy, you know how we're really, really big at watching film and reading film. We didn't read the film or watch the film on owning your own business, you know what I'm saying? We just jumped right into it, man, and yeah, we didn't find ourselves working harder than what we usually do. But it's all good, though, because, you know, it gives us the opportunity to come to the fans and be able to talk to the fans as often as possible. So, you know, small sacrifices, but I love it, though, man, because what it really shows us is how much we actually go live, man, and it also shows us how much you guys appreciate what we do. So I absolutely love it when people, like yesterday, I can show you guys my inbox. Like, I had at least 6 people like that I know hit me up. Hey, West Coast, you okay? You okay, West Coast? Is you okay? Why? Hey, because I ain't seen no live notifications, man. I checked my notifications. My notifications is on, man. I just wanted to make sure you was breathing. Because I know, hey, one of my boys, hey, one of my OT, I call y'all, you know, y'all don't know who he is, but I call him B Jeezy. He's the president of Oats, man. He hit me up. Yes, he hit me yesterday. He was like, "Hey, man, you can't be dropping you can't be dropping these breaking newses and stuff, and then just disappearing for a day, man. I just wanted to make sure the NFL didn't get." He's like, "Man, I knew you was on your way to camp. I wanted to make sure they didn't get you, man. Did they get you?" I was like, "Nah, they didn't get me, man. I just had some stuff I had to take care of." He's like, "Man, all right, man, don't be scaring us like that." He's like, "Hey, boss," he said, "the last thing you told me was if I disappear, Jerry Jones did it." And he's like, "And then the next day you don't go live, man. You can't be doing stuff like that."
Yeah, man. I was one that checked on you. I was like, "Man, let's make sure he didn't do that, man. This dude here, he was the victim of a corporate snipe, a media snipe. I was like, nah, my thing was I want to make sure your spirits was up, man. Nobody like to be attacked falsely. Nobody wants to be the subject of, media scrutiny that's ungrounded and unfounded, so it's like, now let me check on my boy's spirits, because a lot of people, like we always do, they ran with it and just kind of made up their own narratives about you. So it's like, sometimes I want to be the guy that's on the right side, like, nah, let's go check on him, because we know he meant nothing. We know he was just sending out basically a prayer request for what actually happened, where he was carted off, but they wanted to bury it for money, and they wanted to snipe the guy that's one of the bigger voices. So, yeah, so my intentions with checking on you was to make sure your spirit is still up and make sure that everybody know that it's some people that appreciate you, even with the negativity, some of the haters, and all the other things that go on, when you're a voice. So.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. It's already getting hot up in here, man. I ain't even hit the subject button. It's already getting hot up in here, man. I had to literally it's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm turning my air conditioner on. That's how hot it is up in here, man. So I'm only pretending like I'm up in the Dallas Cowboys negotiation room, because I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of sweating up in there. They probably ain't got no air conditioner on. You know how Jerry be doing his deal. God dang it. But hey, man, we got some breaking news today that was not Cowboys news, but it's definitely Cowboy related, man. So let's push right into it. You guys already know this first subject is brought to you by our friends over there at Gridiron All-Stars. They're just not Gridiron. They're Gridiron Hard All-Stars. Gridiron Hard All-Stars. Man, this is the premier youth football youth football all-star game from the ages of 3rd grade to 8th grade. It's elite. If you feel that your Cowboy fan son wants to be able to come out to this and be a part of this, make sure you hit Gridiron Hard All-Stars at yahoo.com today. Hey, now obviously your son ain't got to be a Cowboy fan, but I'm pretty sure he'll run faster, catch better if he is. That's all I'm saying. Let's go into our first subject, yo. So first subject of the day is brought to you by our friends over there, Gridiron Hard All-Stars. We appreciate you guys. Yo, let me read to you guys what happened this morning. I know you guys, some of y'all woke up to this, but it says the Saints and star wide receiver Michael Thomas have reached a blockbuster. This contract makes Thomas the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL history. He's also the first non-QB offensive player to sign a $100 million contract. Agents such and such, Zeke, go get that guy. David Mugulabu, go get that guy. And Andrew Kibber negotiated the deal. You need to go get both those guys. All right. So let's get into let's kind of nitpick this apart, and then we're gonna nitpick this the hell apart, and then we're gonna figure out a way to tie this all back into Cowboys. So, Boss Cowboy, what was your? I like to get your first. I like to get people's first thoughts. Nation, Cowboy Nation, what was your first thoughts when you saw Michael Thomas become the first person to ever, outside of a quarterback, reach $100 million? That was kind of weird to me. I ain't gonna lie, because that's not the name I thought would have did it. But whatever. But what were your thoughts, man, when you first saw this? Kristen said, "Damn."
I had a lot of thoughts when I first saw it. My first thought was that it's greatly inflated. It's way above the the receiver norm, especially to take a $2 million increase over the highest. It's very inflated, and and he also, what most people don't realize, because it's not in the news, is that he was also holding out. He was holding out differently, though. He wasn't doing the team and reporting he was reporting, but he wasn't acting in team. So my first thought was that it was inflated. My second thought was that it's definitely going to now get the ball moving on Amari. My third thought is that it's an extension. And so when it's an extension, a lot of people can kind of get caught up thinking like that if the deal starts now. No, it doesn't. The deal actually starts after
his rookie deal.
His rookie deal is up. So that makes a big difference, because remember, everything is really about percentage of the cap. So since really the real contract will start in the future, if you really want to be accurate about trying to assess any kind of damage to the cap, it's going to really be after next year. And that's when you really should do an analysis on the percentage of the cap. Versus Amari's, when they do his deal, his deal is going to be based on a percentage of the cap now. So for us to even match that deal means it's going to be a bigger hit to the cap for us than it is to them. The real good news is either way, Amari's deal is going to be cap relief for us this year either way. So that's why, to me, you see more optimism and more public optimism for Stephen Jones on this deal, because he actually spoke on it and said the projections of what they want to pay Amari was right there in line with his anyway. So that's obviously a lot of public confidence, especially at this point of the game, to signal that you're ready to pay a guy or enumerate a guy based on the recent record-breaking contract. You pretty much now need to go ahead and go for that deal done with Amari.
I mean, you would like to
just snowball.
I mean, you would like to think so, but I'm gonna be honest with you, Boss Cowboy. I'm just not gonna assume that the Dallas Cowboys are just gonna come out here and just beat this deal. I'm not under that assumption, because the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones specifically said, and I just learned how to say it. I used to say specifically, but I can't even say it now. God dang it. He specifically said, I can't say that word when I think it's one of those words where I can't say it.
We know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? But it's one of those words you can't say when you think about it, but you can just say it when it comes out. You know, Jerry Jones specifically said in the meeting on Monday. No, was it Monday? Or what day did we show that to you guys? It was Friday, I think it was, that training camp video. When they were first day on the training camp, the very first thing that they said is that they were not in the business of chasing deals. Like, that's not what they were doing. Like, their deals. Now, they said that, you know, that they understand that there are players who are waiting on, you know, certain things that they actually, what he said is he felt like there were players that were waiting on certain things, but Jerry Jones made it specifically, see there, I messed it up, specifically clear, that's how he said it, specifically clear that they are not in the business of chasing deals. So to be honest with you, this deal could literally throw Cooper into the same situation that Zeke is in. You want to know why? Because if the Cowboys come with something lower than what Thomas got, where does that put us at? I'm sorry. I'm just not under the impression that the Dallas Cowboys are going to do right by Amari Cooper. Even though, you know, they're doing right, you know, they haven't done right by D-Law. They didn't do right by, Dak Prescott did play it in practice and still ain't got a deal. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't. If I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna keep it in real actuality. Amari Cooper should have got extended. He should have got extended 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because he on a 1-year deal for $13.9 million. You know what I'm saying? So the Dallas Cowboys should have did Amari Cooper like the Philadelphia Eagles did Wentz. Put the deal in the newspaper. Yo, we want to pay Amari Cooper. We feel that he's around this much. But they didn't. They didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So you allowed Amari Cooper to have this leverage to wait. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you, I'm sorry, I just don't have faith in Jerry Jones that he's gonna do the right thing. I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're gonna pull it off, but I just don't think that the Dallas Cowboys are gonna do the right thing by here. Because I'm sorry, man. You know, if you're asking on our team who is a $20 million player or a guy who deserves to be enumerated like he's the best to ever, like, bro, Michael Thomas does not deserve to have some of the stuff that's being said about him in this tweet. His contract makes Thomas the highest paid wide receiver in NFL history. He don't deserve that. Bro, he caught 84% of Drew Brees' passes. 84%. I think anybody who takes 84% of Drew Brees' passes is going to be pretty damn good. You know what I'm saying? Then he's the first non-QB offensive player to sign a $100 million contract. So are you telling me? No, I don't believe it. I'm sorry. Those are two labels I do not believe that Michael Thomas is going to deserves. And then most importantly, you can think like this. If Cooper's deal supersedes those deals, the Dallas Cowboys will be giving Amari Cooper those titles. And my question to you is, do you think Jerry Jones, I believe if you give it to Amari Cooper, he'll work for it, he'll play for it, I believe it. All-American, I think it's great. But it's not about that. It's about we're dealing with now, the question is, do you think Jerry will give it to him? And I'm sorry, bro. I don't foresee us getting a tweet in the near future that says the Dallas Cowboys star wide receiver Amari Cooper have reached a blockbuster deal for 5 years, $101 million. Amari Cooper will be the highest paid wide receiver in NFL's history. He will also be the second non-QB offensive player to sign $100+ million. I'm sorry, I just don't see my team ever doing that. I don't see Ivan Rappaport ever putting out a tweet like that. Why? Because we have the best running back in the NFL who's in Cabo right now. That's why. I just don't see my team doing that.
You have very, very, very good reason to be a pessimist.
I like that word.
And I'm just being honest with you, like, because we kind of on different sides on this, but at the same time, nobody can fight your argument on why that you feel the way that you do. I think part of what built your pessimism and justifiably is looking at the negotiation tactics with Zeke. So when you look at the fact that, but this is why I want to try to calm the waters just a tad bit. When Zeke is holding out, so in negotiations, even if you don't mean it, you have to put on a strong poker face, right? And I think that's what Jerry and Steven are doing with Zeke. Like, a lot of people kind of went in a panic mode with more like, oh, Jerry is like, it's your move now, Zeke. No, it's not. Like, nobody acquired $1 million running back that's late in his career that we already experimented with, that we chose Smith over our second team running back as so-called leverage against Zeke. So I just retire that. But when you look at the way that they went at it, it appear as if they're trying to sit strong against conviction of the number that whatever number they represented to Zeke. That's where, to me, the pessimism can spread to other contracts. And see, because what I'm seeing through the tea leaves, for me, the tea leaves are real spread out. A bit hard on Zeke because he's holding out, but it'll look real bad for them to be hard on Dak and Amari because they're there. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
you can't treat them the same way because they're actually physically in the building. Or at least you would think they wouldn't.
Yeah, and Zeke to a degree gave them room to seem as if he's the bad guy and they're the good guy because he's in Cabo. Now, all of us know that he's not in Cabo chilling. But the whole thing about Cabo and what some people try to signal for clickbait is that he's chilling. We all know what happened the last time he came back from Mexico and he looked like a Greek god that was mixed with Zeus and Flash himself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and also remember that a little tidbit that they did not put out there is Zeke is actually in Cabo with other NFL athletes who did not get signed. So he's not in Cabo just sitting there by himself.
Right.
He's there in Cabo with other players, other NFL players who did not get signed, who are all under, because agents, I mean, an agent is almost like an agent, it's kind of like rap crew almost, you know what I'm saying? When their players don't get signed, they bring all their guys together and they'll all work out together, help each other get deals and help each other, get around. So Zeke is in Cabo with other NFL players who are training to try to get back in the NFL. You're saying, and these are also athletes who are signed under the same agent as him. So he's just not in Cabo by himself. And then think about this. He didn't go to Cabo with his homie. And to be honest with you, from the picture, it don't even look like his girl came, because the pictures I saw of Zeke, he had on an all-black Supreme jumpsuit on. Basically, he was flying by himself. He probably had we call them lurkers. Like Melvin Gordon had a lurker with him. A lurker is basically a guy that rides with him, but they're not all in their face. You know what I'm saying? It's about a 5 yard. They about 5 yards away from him at all time. Melvin Gordon had one too, and I noticed him. You know what I'm saying? And they follow him. So I'm pretty sure he has somebody out there that's like following him around, making sure that he's staying out of trouble and stuff like that. But for the most part, he's with his agent. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. At this point in my life, I would actually trust Zeke with his agent versus his mama and daddy. You want to know why? Because from what I hear, his mama can cook really, really good. Really, really good. Have you seen Zeke? He looked like he got a mama to cook real good. Well, how beneficial would it be for Zeke be at his mama house eating real good? Not that much. Why? Because he could get blow up, right? So where is the safest place you could put Zeke right now? I'm going to tell you, with his agent. You want to know why? Because who cares about you getting paid more than your agent? Nobody. Because when you get paid, he gets paid.
Commission.
Yeah, so his agent is thinking, yeah, the more you hold out, the more money I get. So think about this. It is conducive that when you come in to play, you're ready. So just don't think that Zeke is out there. Zeke is probably out there. Zeke is out there with his agent, with his advisors, his lawyer. That means those are people who are invested in him. These are people that have his back, that are supposed to protect you from yourself. That's why he's in Cabo. You know what I'm saying? Just like my boy, I don't want to announce this yet, but I guess we can call him my boy. Our boy Sean Porter going to be on the show at some point. I don't want to drop that, but I could give this example. Sean Porter told us, and y'all don't know who he is, he about to be the world champion of everything. No offense, but Errol Spence, you're going down. You're going down, Errol Spence. September 25th, man, we going to be in the building. Hey, Errol Spence, you're going down, baby. But like I said, my boy Sean Porter told me this. He said, West Coast, when it's time to focus, you remove yourself from everything. He's like, I live in Las Vegas, but when it's time to train, I fly all the way to D.C. Why? So that people don't recognize me, so I don't recognize them. I can focus on what I need to do. I'm no longer a celebrity. I can focus. I'm like, I like that. Think of this. The time where Zeke has had to focus and make sure that he was prepared, where did he go? Cabo.
Yup.
That's where he went.
A little bit to that real quick, just a little bit.
Go ahead.
Just a little bit. Let me ask you a question, West Coast. Which one is closer? Oxford, California?
Oxnard.
If I said that right. Oxnard, California to the equator, or Cabo?
Cabo is, and you also got to think like this. One fight from Cabo is just.
I ask that question is because which one is in pretty much conditions that's going to be conducive for a hot game.
There you go. Exactly. That's what I know we were going to.
Yeah. So it's like I wanted to kind of you to add to that point. Is Ziggy is down there getting in super beast mode. Super beast mode. Now he's not just getting in beast mode. Y'all gotta remember what happened when Ziggy came back the last time from Mexico.
And he played Seattle right out the gate.
Yards in the first quarter, and we stopped running.
And we were playing Seattle.
Scott's fault.
Yep.
He was on pace for a 200-yard game with ease. He was burying them while they were fresh.
Yep.
Think about that. He was killing them while they were fresh, and for some reason, Scott Linehan said, let's go away from this. So it's a lot of optimism that I have, but I definitely understand the pessimism that the Cowboy fan base, and you might have a little bit on some of these contracts, because I'm going to be honest with you too, man. It does seem like Steven's trying to make a mark, right? He's trying to do something very, very different, and it's almost, to me, overly ambitious. He's trying to get 3 players to all take a little bit below market or right at market.
While selling them that the reason that you're doing it is so that we could keep the team together. Like.
Right. And then they talking about paying players into the future. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be all the way honest. There is no players on our team that need to be paid that's worth the value of the triplets together.
Nope.
I'm sorry.
Nope.
And I love all of them.
And there's no 3 players that you can put together either.
Byron Jones is not.
Yep.
The work, and I'm not saying it's easy to replace any of those guys, but I do trust Will McClay if we just had to replace them over the triplets. That is, it's hard to find a number 1 receiver. It's hard to find a quarterback, and you have to lose to get one of the best running backs. So it's so many reasons why you go ahead and invest into the triplets, call them your core, and if you lose some future talent, then so be it. But by the budget numbers and on people that I trust, that I went through the numbers with, and and I read Patrick Walker, he did a real good breakdown on how we're not in cap hell, that we're in cap heaven. So many of the evidence really shows that Dallas has the money and will have it for a while. That we're going to be sitting in good place. So it's like it's somebody that got a lot of money that pretend like they on hard times.
Yeah.
And then my last thing I'm gonna say is this, West Coast, and then I'll just turn back over to you. Is Jerry, when I listened to his statement, and he was talking about how to win Super Bowls. It's like, Jerry, like that don't sound right coming from you right now.
Nope.
It's been way too long before we even been to a Super Bowl for you to try to tie these players down and start talking as if you've been to England the last 20 years and been to at least 8 different Super Bowls and won 5 of them. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, no, you don't really have the template, the Super Bowl template like you pretending to be. So let's stop the hog time on Zeke. Like it's his fault of him holding out and not being a leading rusher. And then even the example that he used, like the league showed that you don't need a lead rusher to win Super Bowl. So here we go again when we're comparing a heavy running team to a pass-happy league. So whenever people do that, that's disingenuous. It's not genuine. Because the last time we had our major Super Bowls, we had leading rusher.
Exactly. And think about this. And you know what's so crazy, Boss Cowboy? That's why I got so much love for you, man, because I actually did a video and now that West Coast, now that we're sponsored by Cowboys, we've been sponsored by them for a long time, but I ain't gonna lie, I be trying to, I try to be not so aggressive, because I don't want to alienate myself too much, you know what I'm saying? But I had a video, and I was going hard at Jerry Jones, and I still got it on my phone. Y'all call me scared, man. I need y'all to stay West Coast, stop being scary and drop the video, man, because I ain't gonna lie, I went hard on Jerry Jones, man, but I need everybody in the comment box to say, West Coast, stop being scary, man. Drop that video, all right? Because I just need a little confidence build from my scouts, man. But I ain't gonna lie, man, I was going at Jerry Jones' neck, man. And the first thing I said is like, yo, Jerry Jones, like 2 things, bro. 3 things. Can I go ahead and talk about them now? I'm going. These are my 3 things. This is the 3 problems I had with. This is the 3 problems I had with him. With him saying that the Dallas Cowboys didn't need a leading rusher, right? This is the first thing. This is the first problem I had, right? First off, Jerry Jones. I know for a fact because of the relationships I've had with players, and because I watch you guys' content pretty heavily, right? So I know that one of the foundations of them building their players is they do not allow explosive comments. You know what I'm saying? Explosive comments are like when they don't like that. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And they didn't really like it when D-Law, D-Law was talking all that stuff. Like, if you notice, Stephen Jones was kind of like backbiting the stuff that D-Law was saying. Because they're not like the Dallas, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, they're not the type of people to go into the media and say something negative or say something explosive, like, or at least they try not to be. But the problem that I have is, Jerry Jones, whenever you go into the media, you get to absolutely go the opposite direction of what you're telling your staff, your teammates, and everybody else. Like, and I just don't feel that that's the proper example coming from the top. Like, you have players that you're telling them, watch what you say within the media. Be careful when you say these types of things. Don't insinuate these types of things. Don't go into media and say, we're going to beat these things. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. You have a problem with your players. Matter of fact, you didn't like it when Dez did it. There's no reason why he's not on his team. You guys didn't like it when Cole Beasley didn't do it. I didn't like it when Cole Beasley did it. You're talking too much, bro. Stop putting our business in the media. Like, if you have a problem with them, go into a meeting room, sit down, and conversate. D-Law did the same thing. Everybody mad. D-Law, why are you talking about your surgery in the media? Why are you talking about that? Go into a room. Okay, Jerry Jones, why are you having meetings? Why are you having press conferences to devalue your own players? That whole press conference was 26 minutes, right? When they snipped it down, it was 5 minutes. When they put the comment out, it was 15 seconds. You want to know why? Because that was the only reason they had that whole entire press conference with some random guy that I don't even really know who the dude was. You know what I'm saying? But
Jerry Jones, you go against your own principles to make a point. And I don't get that. That is not right. Like, how are you supposed to be setting the example? I mean, I understand that these are all adults, but this is your organization. How are you preaching for, because like, think about this. You guys don't think, because I remember All or Nothing. You know, I found out about All or Nothing that Jason Garrett do be talking crap and that he do be cussing folks out. Why? Because in one episode he got 14 F-bombs. 14 F-bombs. But guess what? When Jason Garrett goes into the press conference, you know what it is? What's up, guys? How you doing, guys? You know, we're just gonna, you know, he's a good football player. He's a good football player. Well, Dez has had a lot of great things with the Dallas Cowboys. He's a good football player. I'm just saying, do you guys see what we do? You guys see what they do? Like, they devalue all these other players, throw them under the rug for the very same thing that they go into the media and do to their own players. Like, you know what's crazy? Zeke hasn't taken any shots. And then I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a little in my feelings right now. But it pisses me off when people say Zeke is not being professional. Zeke hasn't taken one shot at Jerry. He hasn't taken one shot at Jerry. Zeke ain't said nothing negative about Jerry. But you have the audacity to go into to go on media and say that you don't deserve, that we don't need an all-time leading rusher, the NFL rusher. Bro, Jerry, why don't you just have some NUTs and say his name? Just say his name. If you're going to be that gangster about it, Jerry, say his name. Just say his name. That was the first issue that I have with it, right? The second issue that I have with it is right in line with my boy Bus Cowboy said. Right in line. Hey, y'all, I'm a Cowboy fan. I'm a Cowboy fan. Let me show y'all something. I am a diehard Cowboy fan. Show y'all this, right? I bought this jersey 11 years ago. Fresh out the military, got my last little check. Man, I'm never going to throw this jersey away. 11 years ago, custom jersey. I'm a diehard Cowboy fan, right? Diehard Cowboy fan, right? But can I tell y'all something? The Dallas Cowboys, we do not have the right to say what it takes to win a Super Bowl. And I don't want to disrespect anybody. I don't want to feel like we don't have the expertise to be saying what it takes to win a Super Bowl. Because we ain't getting one in 23 years. Boss Cowboy, you told me if I hired you to clean my carpet and you then said while you're getting your stuff out your car that you have not cleaned carpets in 23 years, you know what I'm going to ask you? Can you please get in your car and leave? Why? Because you are not an expert if you haven't done it in 23 years. Jerry Jones, what gives you the authority, the audacity, the temerity to think that you can go on national TV and discuss what it takes to win Super Bowls? What are you talking about? The quarterback that we have right now, I can show you video of Jerry Jones pretty much saying that, not necessarily he was interested, but they didn't even really want Dak to begin with. They had to sell Dak to you. So it's like, I don't get how Jerry Jones can feel just because he's in the NFL that he has the secret on winning a Super Bowl or even getting to the Super Bowl. Because if that's the case, Jerry, why ain't we been in 23 years? Then my last thing.
And to be honest, even those first Super Bowls, I credit him for having the courage to hire Jimmy Johnson.
And listen to Jimmy Johnson.
And but it was Jimmy Johnson that created the value sheet that they still use today in terms of how to properly grade a player in terms of trade value. It was Jimmy Johnson that came up with that. It was also Jimmy Johnson that had the ideal of Herschel Walker, with the trade to Minnesota and really kind of bamboozled Minnesota because basically they had a deal that they never did again, that if those trades didn't work out, it was supplemented with a draft choice. So what Jimmy did is he got all those players and then cut them all to get the picks.
Yep. So that was Jimmy's idea. All that was Jimmy's idea.
So it was.
Jerry didn't even want to trade Herschel Walker, and that's actually in Jimmy Johnson's book. Jerry didn't want to trade. Jerry felt like Herschel was
is, the same way Jerry feels about every great player. He don't want to let him go. Like, and I love that about Jerry because he don't want to let him go. He did not want to let Herschel. He did not want to let Herschel Walker go.
Right, and everybody knows it was the Herschel deal that really won us those Super Bowls because we got like too much of a major foundation of high quality players from that one trade. That would never happen again. But at the same time, I do give Jerry, I have to see it a little bit from his point of view, from this standpoint. His job is to be protector of the cap. So when he went out in public like that, which I agree with you, I wish they never do that, him and Steven. Right? I hate it when they do it with anyone of our players.
Yeah, especially when your player's not doing it to you. Like, they're not doing it to you.
Yeah, because like
you're
I
saying,
when he came out April 5th, Steven said he must take a team-friendly deal. It's like, I'm like you, West Coast. I look at other teams, and I say, you didn't see that with the Raiders.
Nope.
You didn't see that with San Fran. You didn't see that with Luck. You didn't see that even with Cousins. You didn't see that with Matthew Stafford.
You didn't see that with Carson Wentz. What are you talking about? We didn't do that with Carson Wentz.
With Carson,
you just paid him.
Major optimism as he was hurt. He was hurt April 15th. They was on the media. Their GM was on media radio in Philly saying we have all the optimism and Carson Wentz in the world. When you know they have to have a degree of pessimism in his injury history.
Well, I mean, he said that he wasn't. Carson Wentz said himself that he did not feel good in, what was it, March?
April 15th.
April 15th, yeah.
15th. Yeah, that was the day he said that. And April 5th was the day we were saying, or Steven was saying, he must take a team-friendly deal. So it's like the public, bus rolling over our players with buses. I agree with you. I hate it. But at the same time, I do understand what he's attempting to do. He's attempting to be the protector of the cap, right? So he got a player that's holding out, and he has to try to make a false leverage statement to make it seem as if he has leverage that he really doesn't. Because when you start making statements that when we really break it, doesn't need, a leading rusher to win Super Bowls. Yeah, you're right, Jerry. The league doesn't in a pass-happy league. But we are one of the few and the last of the Mohicans to stand behind a running team. So, yes, they don't, but we do. And our success is because, and always have been, even when the days of Staubach, based on the running game.
Exactly.
So we know it's false leverage, but you didn't have to throw your player under the bus in the public to try to present some type of public pressure to Zeke that he's frankly not going to fall for. He know his value. I mean, especially out your own mouth, you heard he's the straw, he's this, he's the bell cow. The starting point is Gurley, but when that's time to get paid, you want to act tough? No. You are, look, West Coast, once a girl that they eyed me, wink at me, kiss at me, don't try to act like you don't want me. I know you lying.
Hey, I heard that, man. Hey, let me read some of these comments real quick. Let me get to them real quick. Because I see my boy Gregory says, I'm thinking Jerry out. He says, I'm thinking Jerry put out news on Zeke yesterday. Well, I'm actually, Gary, you know what, Gary? I'm going to ask, because I'm a conspiracy theorist. If you're going to be dropping truths like that, I need you to make sure you don't use your full name on YouTube. I just don't want nothing to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you right now, it's crazy in these streets, man. It's crazy in these streets. Gregory, you can't be saying stuff like that on the open air. They'll come get you. You know what I'm saying? You speaking too much truth. Hey Gary, I'm gonna call you GJ. Cause I don't want the Cowboy feds to come get you. You know what I'm saying? But GJ, hey GJ, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, man. I'm actually in agreement with you on that. You know what I'm saying? I could definitely I'm actually in agreement with you on that one. You know what I'm saying? I definitely believe that the Joneses put that information out yesterday about Zeke's accident. Why? Because my question is this: if someone's really trying to destroy Zeke, if you're really trying to hurt Zeke, you know what I'm saying? Like hurt him, the individual. When do you put that information out? I'm gonna tell you when you put out.
You put it out last month. Or you put it out last month when he was going up with the commissioner. That's when you put it out.
Right.
If you're just putting that information out to get leverage with the fans, when you put it out? Now. You want to know why? Because there's going to be no legal ramifications from it. It's an accident. You can go through his insurance. The guy wants to sue for $20 million. So what? Let him sue. Everybody get to sue. Like, I'm in California. So everybody's suing somebody for somebody. You know what I'm saying? My dog tried to sue me because I didn't feed him on time. It is what it is. We worked it out, though. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you got a lawyer, you can sue. You know what I'm saying? But come on, bro. $20 million for a fender bender? Like, we all know that's some BS, right? But the reason why you release it now is because it hurts the value of Zeke's character. So guess what? When Jerry's sitting back and he's saying, well, I already gave... And you know what? I got to say this statement, then I got to kind of digress a little bit. When Jerry Jones is saying stuff like, well, we already gave him, we're trying to give him a contract, but look at the off the field issues. Because you know what I think is real cowardly of the Dallas Cowboys? That for the last 3 years they've defended that player, they've defended this guy. Imagine if you had to hire a defense attorney to defend you. And then when it comes to pay, it's time to pay, he then says, no, I gotta charge you more. Why? Because I was defending you, but I was innocent too, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that should be some give and take. Now, I'm going to tell you another reason why I go to this next subject on why I don't believe Amari Cooper is going to, this deal is going to affect Amari Cooper. And that's basically what we started the show on. I'm going to tell you why. Because Jerry Jones said a week ago that they already had deals in front of them. He said all three. All three. So, do you guys honestly think that Jerry Jones... Well, I mean, Jerry Jones do be lying, but he could have just been fibbering. You know what I'm saying? But do you honestly think that Jerry Jones was going to call Amari Cooper and be like, hey, Cooper, tear that deal up? Did you see what Michael Thomas just got? No, he's not. You know what he's going to do? Amari Cooper's going to call him and be like, yo, Jerry, I'm going to tear this deal up. Because did you see what Amari Cooper, did you just see what Michael Thomas just got? And Jerry Jones is going to say, well, wait, Cooper. We're the Dallas Cowboys. That ain't got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? But they still gonna do Cooper the same way. You wanna know why? Because money is green. They don't care about that. I'm just sorry, man. I do not feel that the Dallas Cowboys. And then you gotta see it like this. If the Dallas Cowboys were to give Amari Cooper those titles, they only give those titles to people that they know. Like they know. You know what I'm saying? Because Jerry Jones, a part of his deal are still about how he knows and how he trusts you, the individual. The reason why they were okay with giving Tony that money is because they knew Tony. Tony was on the bus. He was hanging out at their house. He was kicking. He probably had some dirty clothes at their house. There's some laundry they had to do. They were okay with giving him that money. If they don't know you like that and trust you like that, Jerry Jones ain't trying to give you that money. He not. He ain't trying to give you that money. Hey man, we have 107 shares, but I have like 114 people on here, man. I need 40 of y'all ain't did y'all job. So I need everybody in the comment box to go right now and give us a share. So we're about to go to our next subject. Before we do that, let's get
Before we do, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead, because after
I want to speak real quick. It might not be quick. It might not do when we come back.
All right, well, let me go ahead and go to this commercial break real quick.
The 2019 Dallas Cowboys season is only a few months from kicking off, but this year, let's do things a little different. Instead of just watching games at home or just going to a game, let's actually experience our Dallas Cowboys, just like West Coast does. Cowboys Experience is my one-stop shop for all my Cowboys game day weekends. Their packages are all inclusive, including 2 nights hotel accommodation. We'll pick you up and drop you off at the airport and game. Want to hang out and get autographs from current and former Cowboy greats like Drew Pearson? If you're ready to experience the Dallas Cowboys like no other, make sure you inbox West Coast or go to cowboysexperience.com today. The 2019 Dallas Cowboys season is...
All right, so we back up in here like 4 flats on the Cadillac. Hey, why do they say 4 flats on the Cadillac? Because if you got 4 flats on the Cadillac, you probably ain't moving. I had flat on the Cadillac the other day, and I couldn't move. So I don't know why they say that, but whatever. We back in it. Like, I'm going to say it like my boy Law said. We live like 95. You know what I'm saying? James Harden. Every time I see Law, I always say James Harden.
James Harden.
Yeah, hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all this, man. Law Nation is the definition of a guy that I was like, man, he's kind of weird. But then I met with him, and I've been kicking it with him for the last, 3 or 4 days. He a solid dude, man. So salute the Law and everything he's doing over there on Law Nation. Like I got a lot of love for Law, man. He one of those people that you give in front of him, and he told nothing but the best. And you know one thing I like about Law is his like that. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt, man.
I thought he was putting sexy voice on just to be.
Marco Spoon. He got that old suave, listening to some slow music at night type of guy that's gonna really get it going for you if you with your lady friend. He
Yeah.
everything right.
Hey.
You know.
Yeah, hey, that made me when I talked to him and he was using this, that made me respect him even more. I was like, Law, you crazy than catfish.
For real. No, he wakes up like that. He wakes up,
Yeah, that's him, man. Like that's just him. Like that's just him.
Real quick, I want to say something, man, before we change the subject.
Go ahead.
One thing that's like really happening right now is this panic about Zeke. And the panic is you're hearing stuff like Trey Zeke, Zeke is selfish, this and the other, we can do it without him and this and the other. I just want us to remember this, and this is not even just with Zeke, but just remember, we tried committee before on a lot of different positions, and you know what we always pretty much do after committee?
Go get top pick.
We spend a premium pick to fix committee.
Yep.
Every time. And we can go through multiple examples. And even going back to Jason Witten now.
Give me an example.
Okay. Committee last year. What did we do? Go pick a Witten. Again.
Yeah, we did committee by wide receiver.
We did committee by wide receiver. How did we fix it? Cooper. We did committee, running back committee 2015 and had a 1,000-yard rusher. Oh, you know what we did? Zeke.
Hey, we also did quarterback by committee in 2015 too, and guess what? We got that.
Yeah. And guess what we were trying to do to fix that? We spent 67 minutes trying to move up to get Paxton Lynch.
Yep, that's true.
Committee.
And Jerry was mad about that.
Whenever you hear committee, I want you to do something. I want you to get back and bump. Okay? If you hear from your friends, if you hear from people that's trying to make a case against premium players like Zeke, just think about everything we just said. Almost every time. Oh, we forgot defensive end by committee. What did we end up doing on that?
Taco and man.
And take. Like, so all the players we try committee, we have to overspend to fix it. So for all the people that's super hyped up on Morris and Pollard, and Weber, I'm not saying those guys are bad, but no. Never, ever, as long as you know the history of the Dallas Cowboys, consider committees over premium players.
Yep, and boss, can I say something? I ain't trying to toot my own horn because we don't do that here. We kind of get paid to do this, not paid. It would be backwards for me to come on here and be like, I told you so. If I said I told you so, y'all should say, well, duh, West Coast, that's why we listen to you. If you didn't know what you was talking about, we wouldn't listen to you. So we don't gloat and when we get stuff right, but I will pat myself on my own back because I was saying for the last 3 months, if Zeke don't play, the Dallas Cowboys are going to do the exact same thing they did in 2015 when Tony Romo went down. They're going to go into free agency, and they're going to get whoever they feel is the best free agent running back, and they're going to bring them into our team. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to trust their season to 2 rookies. I told you guys that. So when they signed Alfred Morris, I didn't even feel like I should post on it. I posted because that's the homie. I ain't gonna lie. Alfred Morris is the homie. That he shows the scout. Yeah, I have 3 or 4 interviews with him that I never released. You wanna know why? Because they got released before I could release the videos. But I'm about to drop the hell out of them now. So make sure y'all support him. I'm about to drop for 2017 too. I don't care.
Hey man, that motherfucker going.
Hey, just know in 2017 I was eating good. That's all I'm gonna say. I was eating real good in 2017, obviously. I'm up here looking like, damn, West Coast, you a little chunky, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, Alfred Morris is the homie. He's a born-again Christian. I love the dude. Alfred Morris is going to be one of those dudes that you see on, you be on your phone late at night, you be like, this NFL player played 12 years in the league and only used $42,000 of his money and now teaching. That's going to be Alfred Morris because he don't spend his money on nothing. The dude shops at Sears. He buys his suits at, he's a Ross shopper. I talked to the dude about shopping at Ross. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? And you know what I mean, that's just how raw, that's how he is. But I love Alfred Morris, but I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like like for all y'all folks that was saying like, oh, Alfred Morris is about to come in here and he's gonna like knock it off. That's not what's gonna happen. And to be honest with you, I'm really, really hoping that he's still on this team when Zeke comes back, because I'm gonna be honest with you guys, Alfred Morris signed a contract that's conducive to someone playing for $1.2 million. Now people be like, man, that ain't a lot of money. You're right, that ain't a lot of money at all. But in Dallas, that's a lot of money. $1.2 million, $800,000 less than Jason Witten, and I can almost guarantee you that Jason Witten's going to start. So you honestly think about this, our backup running back only plays about 6 plays a game. So you honestly think Jerry Jones is going to play $1.2 million for someone who's only playing 6-7 plays a game? And then think about this, before Alfred Morris got on this team, what was the goal? You had the 2 rookies. You're going to let them battle it out. And you have Chun, and you have Darius Jackson. So I'm going to be honest with you. When Zeke comes back, the very day Zeke comes back, somebody's getting cut. Just being real with you. You know what I'm saying? I would love for the Cowboys to keep Alfred Morris alive, because I think that you need a guy that, I don't want to say you don't care about, but you need a beater car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need a little beater car. Like, I got my Escalade out there that's a gas. It's eco, but it's a gas guzzler like a mug. Then my wife got her newer BMW. And then we got a little beater. Like, I got beater that I use that this dude delivers in. And guess what? I drive like it's rental. Like, sometimes I hit railroad tracks and I speed up. I don't even slow down. I speed up. And everybody in the back, hey, when you a parent of 4, you gotta find amusement parks wherever you can. You know what I'm saying? I see him, I speed up. Boom! When you hit that, everybody go crazy. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta have that beater. Like Todd Gurley had his beater. Who was his beater? C.J. Anderson. C.J. Anderson get to go out there and beat on them the defensive linemen that he don't want to run into all day. So you need that beater, especially in the playoffs. So I would love for Alfred Morris to be our beater. I just don't see how they're going to do that at $1.2 million. Because think of this. Rod Smith, in his 2 years playing for Cowboys, as far as a premier player, because he did play a little bit longer than that, but for the last 2 years, he only made $1.1 million for 2 years. So now you're telling me you're going to pay Alfred Morris $1.2 million after giving all that money to Zeke? I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't see how it's going to happen. Unless they do a release and re-sign like they did with Delonte Thompson. Remember, guys, when we released Dez, well, you know what they did? They panicked. And they gave Delonte Thompson $2 million for a 1-year deal. You know what they did 2 weeks before the game, before the North Carolina game? They released him. Brought him back 3 days later for $780,000. Jerry, you fool. They basically released him just to get him off contract and brought him back. Yep. And remember, he dropped the pass on the 4th and 1 in North Carolina, which was probably not his fault. I mean, it did touch his hands, but you were in the offense for 2 weeks. So I get it.
It was his fault.
It's always their fault. You know what I'm talking about.
It was 14, and it was a dime that threw to him, and we could have won that game.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not Amari Cooper. He just can't come into the field and just be instantly, you know what I'm saying?
Man, you got to catch the ball.
You do, but I'm just giving him a little. You know what I'm talking about.
We caught you on a nice day. That day, you wasn't nice. But anyway, one of the things I also want to say about Morris that I like, that I didn't like about Smith, is Morris is the guy that you want, because I want to add one more thing to your adjective. You said a beater car. I also want to say a reliable beater car.
Exactly. He's not going to break down. He's not going to break down,
and he comes in ready. Like, he's a fighter. Yep. You know what I mean? So he's a guy that's always been kind of like that, slept on everywhere he goes, but his play make you say, you know what? The dude got some juice.
That's why he stay in the league.
That's why he stay in the league. He don't have no speed. He don't really have size, but his vision is A1. And when he gets in the, like, really, everybody that likes Zeke, you know who you need to credit? Morris. Because Morris really showed him how to run behind his zone blocking scheme.
Yeah.
Remember when Zeke first came out, he was almost like Smith, where he was running into the back of pals. And he wasn't in a rhythm Moore got out there against the Redskins was rocking, and he
Yep.
always did in the game in rhythm. He go from 0 to 100 real quick.
He's a perfect backup.
Going slow. Yeah, he the perfect backup. Like now, is he Zeke? Absolutely not. But is he somebody that can win you a game? Absolutely yes. You know what I mean? And the only thing I hated about Morris is he'll break and always get ran down. I hated that. Versus if Zeke break, he gone.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and that's what you like about Morris, because you can use. That's why I said I was actually liking Morris because why? Because like on that 4th and 1 against Rams, that's a Morris run. That's not a Zeke run.
Yeah.
That because I need somebody that's small, compact. Like I want the Cowboys to go out to Darren Stroles. I'm sorry. I would have loved the Cowboys to go out to Darren Stroles. Why? Because you want that bowling ball effect where you hit somebody and they keep bing, 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 bing. Why? Because that 1.5, 2 yards, first down.
Yeah.
Or when you know what I'm saying? Like I would love because this is what's gonna happen. We need defenses because there's gonna be games where defenses are just gonna refuse to get out of the box. They're gonna refuse to do it.
Right.
So what are you gonna do? You're gonna keep punching them in the face, 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 punching them in the face. Guess what? With Albert Morris. Punching him in the face, then guess what? You slip Zeke out. Whoop! You know what I'm saying? Now them same linebackers, them thighs and them hips is hurting. You know what I'm saying? In goal line, like when we get in around the goal line, what you want to see is the defense calling timeout, bringing in the big package. Why? Because they see Morris running on the field.
Because the big thing that you miss with Morris, West Coast versus Zeke is yak.
Yep.
Yards after contact.
Starboy says he will get you 3 yards. That's what exactly.
Yeah. He was actually averaging 5, but what you don't get with him is the ability to push the pile.
Exactly.
Those of us who know how important they call football game of inches for a reason. Zeke, that guy that hit stopped at 3, but a push the pile for another to make it 5 yards. Morris, it's the difference with Morris. If he get hit at 3, he done at 3. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? So it's one of those things to where I like it because I also go push those young guys. Because with Zeke there now, that could even cause a little bit of entitlement. Everybody know Morris is that guy that's gonna come in and push the room. Even if he make the team or don't make the team, them young boys gonna be watching his bet go, and he's gonna go because it's who he is. I mean, every time I watch Morris, even all the way back to when he first got here with those training camps, you would never see him have bad decisions in vision. That man is a miracle on vision. He's probably the best at it. He just don't have the athleticism of Zeke and Pollard, you know, and some of the freak speed guys. But in terms of is he productive? Yeah. You know, but
and also think about this. Let me tell you also. I also want to tell you guys something else that also means about Alfred Morris too that I don't think a lot of us paid attention to. The running aspect of our offense is going to be the same, which I'm okay with because we have probably one of the better running offenses in the NFL. You know, behind Ezekiel Elliott. But you know what this also allows you to do? This allows you to have actual practices, meaningful offensive practices. Because if you have a running back in there that's still trying to learn the plays, how's the offensive line going to get any valid reps? Like, how are they going to get any valid reps? How is your guards going to get valid reps if the running back is still trying to decide, do I go in hold 1, do I go in hold 2, do I split it like this? So Alfred Morris also allows you to have regular practices. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no teaching because Alfred Morris already pretty much knows your offense. You know what I'm saying? But this does signify, and honestly, I'm okay with if you're telling me that the running aspect of my offense is going to stay the same. Why? Because we've been top 3 in running in the offense in the NFL for the last, 3 years. So I'm okay with that. Now, to kind of switch gears a little bit, man, because one of the things that I have actually been talking about a lot, that's been happening a lot at training camp is you're seeing a lot of deep thrown passes. You're seeing a lot of passes that are you're flat out seeing a lot of passes being thrown into the end zone. So I wanted to kind of talk about that, man. I know a lot of people are reporting about that now, but West Coast, and we were, I was one of the first people to report it. People asked me what's the difference between this camp and last year's camp, and the main thing I said was they're throwing the ball a whole lot. They're throwing the ball a lot. And it might have something to do with the fact that Zeke isn't there. So, I mean, since Zeke isn't there, you might as well adapt your offense. And to be honest with you, you would think that they would be throwing the ball more with your running back out. You know what I'm saying? So that within itself lets me know that there is their ability to adapt because I'm seeing it.
I'm definitely seeing it. You know what I'm saying? What are your thoughts, man? And man, you guys have already. I know you guys want a Dak update. Let me give you guys my real quick Dak update. As far as like, I mean, you're not going to see anything for anybody that's saying, oh, we're just going to have to wait until we get in pads. You're going to be waiting until week 1 because Dak, they don't allow anything really to get close to Dak. And to be honest with you, that's how it is in every camp for every quarterback. The only difference is in most camps, they make their quarterbacks wear like a red shimmel or they wear something to identify that says, don't come even 5 yards close to him. They don't do that for Dak. And I'm going to be honest with you, that's kind of weird to me. You know what I'm saying? If you look at Brady's camp, he got a red jersey on. You look at Drew Brees' camp, he got a red jersey on. He even got red Supreme cleats to match it. You go to Dak, man, Dak out there in a white jersey. So he could easily get somebody running to him, and that's weird to me. I ain't going to lie to you. I wouldn't be a scout if I didn't point that out. But for the most part, man, you see Dak doing stuff with game speed. Even though there aren't people getting by him, you see him getting stuff with game speed. And to be honest with you, Dak is at his best when somebody's running after him for his life, to be honest with you. So I don't need to see what Dak can do when somebody's running for him, when someone's chasing him for dear life. Because you saw what he did against the Giants when they was chasing for him in dear life. What did he do? 4th down, never punt, 4th down, throw it, Hail Mary. Wow, Dak Prescott. You know what I'm talking about?
50-yard throw.
50-yard throw. So we already know what Dak can do on run. So I don't even need to see that. I need to see what Dak can do on design plays where he has to stand in the pocket and deliver the ball. And guess what? The boy is doing it. Crucify me. I know. Put me on the cross. I already know. Put me on the cross. Why? Because I was the number 1 person at camp last year saying that they all look the same. But guess what?
Man, please.
I'm just saying, bro, because people literally, Boss Cowboy, people get mad at me.
Because if you're on the cross, you're the savior. You're showing people how to change as things change. That's a savior. Yeah, so go ahead and get across. And I mean, and forget apologizing to those people that want to stay stuck in the same opinion. If you want to stay stuck in the same opinion and crucify somebody from changing as they see the facts changing, you're the problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it takes a real man or woman to see something change and then have the humility to say, okay, they changed, so I changed. You are stubborn and you are trying to be right, and being right is more important than actual truth if you're the type of person that just holds to opinion even as facts are changing. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's frankly, forget them. Yeah, get on the cross because you're the same. You showing people how to really go about being a true analyst of football. Like, it's people, like you can tell right now Colin Cowherd still can't stand Baker Mayfield because one time he got into it. So every time you see him try to take a little dig and shot at him, and those of us is like, man, that's personal with you. That's obviously personal with you. You want to look like, and that's why he always co-signed Andrew Luck and always co-signed Wentz, because you got some people that once they bet on you, they do everything in their power to make themselves look like their judgment was initially right. But the fact is, we all miss it at times, and the smartest of us and the saviors amongst us adapt as they see where they was wrong and they go to the right side. That's what you're doing, and there's nothing wrong with that. So to even talk about the deep ball, unless you have something to say about what I just said.
No, I'm just saying because, man, I was in a couple groups, man. These folks, I literally seen someone take a post of some film breakdown that I did of Dak Prescott from a year ago and say the same person that was saying that Dak sucks now wants to say that Dak is good and wants to support him. And I'm like, so you're telling me that when your kids have a problem with math, you say that, yeah, my kid's not good at math, but then when you pay for a tutor and the tutor does their job and they get an 89% on their math evaluation, literally only miss it by 2 questions, the 90%, are you still going to be like, yeah, my child has a problem with math? No, you're not. Because you fixed it. And it's like, what type of fan would I be? What type of person would I be to still be on here saying that Dak, oh no, he need to, like, if I am seeing something better, then I gotta say that. Or I would be a hater. Like, you guys would not trust my opinions on things or my word on stuff if I didn't do that. Like, if I didn't do it, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not even apologizing for them videos because at that point, that's what I was seeing on film. But guess what? That's not what I see right now. Like, that's not what I see.
Another example of that is even Jason Garrett himself. Like, Jason Garrett, up until the Houston game, was a passive coach. Period. After Jerry lectured him about that 4th and 1, his balls almost got too big. He needed to go to the doctor. You know what I mean? Because he was going for everything. But that aggressiveness is what also got us 7-1. That's why I say I would have no problem with Jason Garrett and being the coach for us for the next 10 years if he make 3 key changes. I'm going to talk about 2. Just to where I'm open to change, to stick with him. If he stays aggressive, like he was after the Houston game, and he's better on key decisions. You know what I mean? When it's time, like when do we go for it? You know, stuff like that. Or game situations. Like it's things that he changed. He actually started to put his defense on the field first, where he was known for leading off with the offense. There's some things that he's actually changed. So when he changes, are we flexible enough to change with them, especially when they have improved? So with the deep ball, I want to say one thing about it. I really pray that, because Dak seems to be the type of guy that's truly fueled by hate, right? But he got to be careful himself that he doesn't fall into the trap of Kevin Durant, to where you're trying to please people that you never go please anyway. Because everybody keep making this critique on him that's always been false, that he sucks at the deep ball. It's always been a lie. For the last 3 years that he's been playing quarterback, he's been top 4 in deep ball accuracy. They already admitted that we're more successful at throwing the deep ball is because we are repping it more than we was referring to coaches. So everybody already had your back on that. Your stats had your back, and your coaches took blame. Kellen Moore said it was us. It wasn't him. We wasn't calling the plays to throw more, and we wasn't practicing it enough. He said that. So Dak, don't go out here trying to prove the haters you can do what we already know you can do. Those of us who look at the facts. You know what I mean? Go out here and play your game. Don't try to be Romo. Don't try to be Elway. Don't try to be Wentz. Don't try to be Wilson and those other people that might throw the ball a little bit more. Just play your game. It was your game that had us 7-1. It was your game that had us 13-3. I will take boring wins on exciting losses all day. Because remember, when Romo was throwing the most yards, we was 8-8. It was when we decided to run the ball more in 2014 that he was actually his best. So like I'm excited about what I'm seeing in the deep ball attempts. But I'm also hoping that we don't start forcing the ball downfield to where we majoring on the minor. That's my only concern about the deep balls and what's going on right now in practice.
Yeah, and also I want to let you guys know, because I know yesterday, I would think right now that there's going to be more interceptions. Why? Because they are purposely throwing the ball deep, like purposely doing it. So you got to see it like this. You guys don't think that the defense sees the same play? That, I mean, you're seeing the same exact guys like every day at practice. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of these plays, the defense, they recognize the plays. Why? Because they're seeing the same plays every day. So whenever you hear about Dak throwing interceptions at practice, when you hear about anybody throwing interceptions at practice, you can't put that on the quarterback, especially not at practice. You want to know why? Because they're throwing the ball more. They're purposely throwing the ball. Like they're not going like, okay, we're gonna go deep, and we're gonna run a short pass. Then we're gonna run. Then we're gonna do this. No, they're going deep. Then the next person goes deep. Then the next person goes deep. Then the next person goes deep. There's 4 offenses that playing. 4, just like there's 4 defenses. That's why you have 4 quarterbacks. 4 wide receivers, you have 4. There's 4 offenses. So you have 4 people seeing the exact same play. And guess what the defense is doing? They just go where the ball's going to be thrown. But I'm going to tell you what's even more dope when you see plays like this. That's Xavier Woods breaking to the ball because he knew where the ball was. That is Cheetah Awuzie, number 24, breaking to where the ball is, and Dak still dropping it in there like a dime.
Let me say one more thing also on the deep balls, because I don't want us to fall for the trap of sexy shooter deep balls, right? First of all, in every game, the average quarterback will only throw the deep ball only around 2 times a game, right? So a lot of us always been majored on the minor when we've been saying we want to see more of that anyway. Because the majority of all quarterback games is basically intermediate to short throws. That's the game of football. That's over 90% of throws, right?
Right.
So that's one. Number two, the person that was really like dogging deep balls to exponential level when he came out was Deshaun Watson, right? And it's sexy, get the crowd into it. You don't have to wait on the drive. It's a quick strike, and everybody, yay, go Cowboys! Yay! Everybody high fiving, birds flying everywhere, and everybody all happy. Yeah, Deshaun was knifing when he first came out with the deep ball. But guess what happened his sophomore season? They start running more cover 3. And what does cover 3 take away? Vertical.
Yeah, because on cover 3, you're going to have a safety, what's going to be called the deepest man deep. You're going to have a guy that's literally his job is to, however far you run, he's going to run 2 yards farther. That's called deepest man deep. So no matter how far you go, if he run to Dallas, you got to drive to Fort Worth. You know what I'm saying?
Like in cover 3, the vertical throws is really what the cover 3 is designed to take away. So the corners have a third and the safety have a third of the field, and they basically try to take away verticals. That's what it's about, okay? So what happened with the Texans when they first started the season last year? Sean came out saying like, hey, I missed the deep throw guy. I have this arm and I love to strike deep, but it's like we got film on you. We know you do that.
Yeah.
Right? It's only so many deep throws that you can, it's a 9, which is, straight. It's a post, they call that an 8. Then it's a post corner, they call that a 7.
Hey, boss, keep talking. Let me let these people in my house. Go ahead.
Okay, no problem. So those are it's only so many deep routes, right? On the route tree, it's only so many. So it's easy to study, it's easy to figure out tendencies, and it's easier to scheme. So what happened to the Texans coming out last year? They started out 0-3. Because Deshaun was going vertical and he caused some interceptions on vertical throws. Even though his numbers was real good, they was losing. When's the Texans going a 9-0 run? When he changed his game, went to more intermediate and short routes, and they start playing boring Dallas Cowboy football. They started running the ball, depending on intermediate throws, and they went on a 9-0 run. So the vertical throws, which is the sugar ball, and everybody gets so sexy and like, well, we just need to see more of that from Dak. Dak ain't gonna never be nothing unless he can throw vertical. He just a digging donker. Dak ain't nothing. He was up on Dak. No, it's a winning formula. So I'm gonna say this.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna be a person that falls for the bait of I just want to see more vertical. I would actually want to see the same amount or even less if it's winning us games. Give me boring wins 1,000,000 times over sexy, fun, exciting losses.
Hey, and I'm gonna tell you this right now too. Like for anybody that's saying that our play calling only sucked when it sucked. Like y'all get that? Like the play calling was only bad when it didn't work. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody was saying we had bad play calling against the Jags. Like nobody was.
No, that was good.
Exactly. But the only time people say there's bad play calling is when we lose. So you know what that lets me know? That maybe when they were yelling execution, maybe execution does have something to do with it. Maybe just better execution of some of this stuff will make the world a lot better, especially for the Dallas Cowboys.
I think that's true. I think it's definitely truth in that because it's a partial like red zone problems wasn't just Scott Linehan.
Yeah, it was just executing, bruh.
It was some of it was just flat out executing. Like Rico was open at Giants game, Dak just missed it. It was a time where what's his name? Noah Brown was coming across the middle wide open and Dak
missed him.
It was wide open, man. It's like golly, it was a time where Dak tried to make a red zone throw to Rico against the Jags himself. He threw the ball even too high for Rico. It's like, so some of it was execution. Like, it's like Scott didn't deserve all the blame. I think a good chunk of it was true, but not all of it. And some of the things that Scott was doing, we don't need to abandon, like clock control. Like people, like it's not fun. Slant routes and stop routes. No, it's boring. Those long drives, you know what I mean? It's you gotta sit on the, you sitting at the edge of your seat hoping we scored. No, it don't feel good. But it was smart. Like, if you think about it, that's really one of the main reasons we beat New Orleans with our defense is because Dak and that offense and Zeke
Was
and
boring.
that offense
Was boring.
they was milking the clock. They was turning the clock up.
Yeah.
So if you're a rhythm type offense like the Saints, like once they get going, they get hot.
Yeah. Hey, boss, can I say? Yeah, go ahead. No, I was gonna say, man,
Keep them out of rhythm. That's the key to beating high-scoring games.
Yep.
You know, so it's like, and teams that know how to strike, but everybody said it was all the defense. No, it was the whole team. You needed that whole offense to keep the defense rested. Those long drives is why Crawford and Tank and linebackers and corners was going up there fresh every time. You know, so it's like we got to remember what we are. We are physical, beat you down, slow, meticulous drive team. Do not try to make Dak Prescott Mahomes. Do not try to make him Romo of 2007. Make him Romo of 2014. Where we run the ball, we're boring, we take safe throws on first downs, and we strike just to keep you honest.
Hey, and Buck Cowboy, and I'm gonna tell you something too. With that, it benefited Tony Romo too. You know why? Because since he was throwing the ball less, his percentages were off the roof. His percentage, bro, like if you say what was the best statistical year of Tony Romo's career, it was in 2014. You want to know why? Because he didn't have to throw the ball. Like, even if you were a really good, like my thing is this. If you had to, I'm going to ask you guys a question. If someone told you had to take a test, would you rather take a test that has 5 questions on it, or would you rather take a test that has 10? Which test do you think you can get a better grade on? Probably the one with 5. Why? Because you only got to get 4 questions to get basically, well, you get a B on it. The more opportunities you have to miss, that means the less your percentage is going to be. So guess what? When they brought his percentage as far as how many times he had to throw, and guess what? Everything else went up. Everything else went up. So that's why you'll look at.
According to the Dak theory, Romo was trash in 2014 because if you look at his yardage, it was one of his worst years in yardage.
Yeah, but he was also second in MVP voting.
Yeah, but see, that's my point, right? It's the way that based on our style of football, and people say Dak hasn't thrown 300-yard games.
Stop watching the Saints, Stop watching the Saints, and you'll see that that's our style of football. Some of y'all be watching other teams and.
Football. Yeah, we be looking at grass on the other, on our neighbors, and we be wanting it over here when it's like, look, your wife is 5'5". She's never gonna be 5'8", so stop trying to make her a model.
What'd you say? First rule of the game.
She's just a short, cute, sexy mama. Except your wife. Your wife is a running team. Accept it. Stop being jealous of Mahomes and stop being jealous and trying to make us what we're not. You know, so that's the only thing I'm concerned about with the hype on deep throws. That's it.
Yeah.
Now, if we come out and just keep them honest to where, okay, look, they crowding us, let's back them up. Let's strike them. And that's one thing I did like about Romo. Romo would do that on his own. Like when he came out on Philly, remember his last game? He had about 4 throws, 3 on vertical. Real quick, like, back up. Y'all back up. Y'all crowding me. See Romo.
Yeah, but and I love Romo, but a lot of people forget he almost threw that interception on the second pass, too, though. They almost took it.
Exactly.
The second pass of the game, on the second pass of the drive, a lot of people always forget they almost intercepted that ball, too.
Yeah, facts.
And the last thing I'm going to say, go ahead.
My last thing I'm going to say, too, on this is, like, when I see Steve Nash and I see Allen Iverson, I see 2 great players with 2 totally different styles. So I think that's where we fall into the traps. It's like none of us will go to Steve Nash and say, you need to be like Allen Iverson with a crossover. No. He can hit with assists. He kill you because he's a quarterback on the basketball court versus Allen Iverson was an attacker. You know what I mean? It's two different styles. Now, we get it when it comes to basketball, but we just get super stupid when it comes to football and quarterbacks. I don't want Dak to be Mahomes. I don't want him to be Romo. I want him to be safe, cautious, protect the football, safe throw, winning Dak.
Yeah. Hey, we just gotta. Also, I want to say something on this topic, and then I want to end it. We're gonna end it. I want to say something else, but I want to say something on this topic too. But also, passing teams are very expensive because you got to have a really good quarterback. You got to have a really good quarterback who's gonna cost you. You got to have, to be a passing team, you got to have two good receivers. You got to have a fairly good tight end, and you got to have a damn good left tackle. Why? Because the quarterback's not going to be looking on his left side a whole lot. Why? Because he's going to be looking downfield.
Right.
So that's a lot of money, man.
That's a lot of money.
And if you notice, a lot of these passing teams don't have the defense that we have. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's hard to keep these. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be, the one thing I think that's helping Kansas City out is, one, they don't got to enumerate their quarterback for a little bit from there. And then think about this, the number one receiver, the highest paid receiver on their team is not even their best receiver, who is Sammy Watkins, who we tried to get last year for $15 million. Think of that. That's not even their best receiver. That's the third receiver. So imagine this, they have a third receiver making $15 million a year.
Right.
Is that what y'all want? No, that's not what y'all want.
No.
All right, so hey.
Minnesota. And see, because some of these theories are lies, brother. Like, straight up lies. Like, you hear it all over the national media. You can't pay the quarterback and put weapons around him, man. All you gotta do
you can. They doing it.
It's happening every day. I mean, you just look at Atlanta, right? Go look at
Minnesota. Minnesota got a $16 and a $15 million wide receiver. They have two.
Yeah, come on. So all this you can't.
And a first, and think about this, boss. And then the third wide receiver is the 16th overall pick in LaTron Treadwell, who I told y'all was gonna be a bum.
Yeah. So it's like, so when you hear can't say it's impossible. I don't see can't going on around the league. I see you pay for what you prioritize. That's what I see. You know what I mean? So if you prioritize weapons for your quarterback, you go pay for it. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things to where, like, a lot of theories that they say on the national media is only to really get us emotional and to get us to hate on our own. Like, Dak is going to sink this team. Zeke greedy ass is going to, that's my Walker's word. Zeke greedy behind is going to sink this team. I mean, come on, man. None of that's true. All of it's a lie. It's only to get us emotional, to drive ratings, so they make up stories that get us thinking that the ship is sinking when actually, man, we float real smooth.
Yeah. And then, boss, can I ask you a question? Do you trust this coaching staff to be able to adapt without their best player? I don't.
No.
Like, this is not the coaching staff. Like, maybe with Bill Belichick, maybe with the New Orleans, maybe with them coaching staffs, you can just do that. But I'm sorry, this is the same coaching staff that let your quarterback get sacked 7 times versus the Saints, and we still found a way to work. We still found a way to win. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't adjust. Just letting y'all know they did not adjust because he got sacked 7 times versus the Saints at home. You want to know why nobody's tripping? Because we won. Atlanta, we got sacked 6 times. No adjusting.
Yep.
Do you honestly think this is the team that can adjust to not having their best player? Like, it's like, what's so funny? I almost wish that week 1 was tomorrow. You want to know why? Because right now, Tony Pollard looks so fast on the football field when he's just running by himself. Mike Weber looks so smooth, cutting in and out everything when he's out there by himself. Alfred Moore is going to be swinging the bat when he's out there. But all that changes when you got different colored uniforms in front of you. Because if that was the case, everybody, y'all remember that guy, what was his name? Andy Brown. He was a wide receiver, number 81. Y'all remember him? Dez just loved him. Andy Jones, I apologize. Andy Jones, wide receiver, back in camp about 3 years ago. Everybody loved Andy Jones. Guess what happened in the preseason game? He dropped 3 footballs and never played for the Dallas Cowboys again. Plays for Houston Texans now. That's what happens, bro. Yep. Everybody looks good in preseason and in regular in OTAs. That's the job of it.
Like, everybody looks good. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
my last thing.
I always say this, man. All season and preseason is the time of retarded optimism.
Yep.
When the season starts, that's when reality always kick in for everybody.
Yep. Let me read this. I'm gonna read this to you. I'm gonna read this to you real quick. This was just put out. This was put out about 10 minutes ago, man. It says Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel Elliott are not close to a long-term deal extension. This is only from Jan Slater. That's from Jan Slater. It says Hosanna Anderson of ESPN reported Tuesday that Elliott and Cowboys are making no progress on a new deal, but that doesn't appear to be the case. No, it said I apologize. It says Josina Anderson of ESPN reported on Tuesday that Elliott and Cowboys were making progress on a deal. So one person on Tuesday, Josina Anderson from ESPN, said that they were making progress. Now Jane Slater comes back and smacks them in the face. Jane Slater says, because we know Jane knows what the hell she's talking about. James says Dallas Cowboys and Ezekiel are not close on a long-term deal. Straight up, right? Then she said, let me read this. So he says, according to Slater, both sides are far apart on everything and have yet to gain any traction in negotiations. Stephen VP Jones said that they are disappointed in the way Elliott has handled this contract situation, but are still committed to getting a deal done. Do we like it? Of course not. Do we think there's a better way to handle these things? I mean, how do you handle it when someone tells you they're going to pay you and then they don't pay you? Or whatever. We are focused and convicted on getting Zeke a contract. We are, Jones said, via 1310 the ticket. Elliott, 24, flew to Cabo, Mexico on Monday to train at his agent's facility. Elliott is looking for a contract extension that would exceed Todd Gurley's $14.3 million. It's funny, man, because I guess it's not unprofessional to tell the entire world that you're going to pay him and that you're going to start his contract around Todd Gurley, and then you submit him something that we can't see, and we obviously can tell that you didn't offer him what you guys offered him. So I guess Zeke is the only person that has to keep their word on different issues. I guess.
Well, what that sounds like again. Impasse. It's like, look, how many times you gotta watch a movie before you don't know how it ends, right? So they said the same thing about Tank. They was using that same kind of language when they were talking about Amari Cooper at first, about them not liking the initial maybe proposals going back and forth between the two.
Hey, oh my God, I gotta get this up in the show real quick. Fisher, hey, Mike Fisher's having a bad week, man. My boy, oh my God, listen to this. Patrick Walker says, basically talking about because basically people are starting to understand that Mike Fisher worked for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's just be real. And they're calling him on it. They're calling him on carpet for it. Patrick Walker says this about Mike Fisher. He says, this is why I search for clarity and never knee-jerk. I listen to the audio. He says, I listen to the audio if provided, but until then, I'll get more information on the situation. If nothing, if not, though. Basically, what he's talking about is the situation between Ezekiel Elliott and the Dallas Cowboys. Listen to what Mike Fisher says back to him. Voice of Star knows I've treated him like a teammate and friend for years. He may not know that I recently endorsed him for a job at my radio station at 103 The Fans. Meanwhile, the Cowboy media posers and frauds know who they are. Wow. Hey, man, I'm going to tell y'all, man, just listen to West Coast. Because all these folks shout out to D. Ms. D, I appreciate you for that tweet, sending that to me. But hey, it's getting crazy in these waters, man.
That boy said he having a bad week.
Mike Fisher is having a bad week. He's having a bad week.
Like, say who you talking about first of all. You know what I mean? Because when I say what I said about Mike Fisher, I said it about Mike Fisher. That I didn't think it was with integrity for you to say you spoke with social media guys and the only two that was there was you and Law, and it didn't happen. So I'm being very clear what I'm talking about. And it's not cool. And it's not right. And I stand on that. And more than likely, I don't have the power that he has, or media voice that he has, but I say my voice matters. That's why I call it Boss Cowboy Sports, because that's why I say your voice matters. So I use it. And that's why I stood with you. Like, no, that's not right. For you to just put out a basic post saying, hey, got some word, I'll let you know what happened, but at least keep him in your prayers. You can't be no rated G than that, but then somebody literally tries to kill your career and stain your name and make it seem like you out here pretending. It's not right. So if you saying you know who they are, we want to know who they are. Say who they are then. Say it. Say who they are. Call them out so that all the people that you say have been warned need to get a specific warning on it. And then stand behind it and even speak on it. Matter of fact, it'd be even better if you took that person on your show and then let them explain why you calling them fraud. We would all want to see the fight. I want to see the fight. I want to be in the fight. Like if you want to call people that's on social media or wherever you talk to or whoever you're talking about, if you want to call people fraud, invite them on and let them explain themselves. Or you expose them. Show the world where people are fraud.
Yeah.
I mean, because that does sound like a bad week, but I agree more with you that a lot of what's going on is that people in power wanted any kind of voice or messaging out there about him being caught off. They wanted it dead.
Yeah.
And in today's media world, it's really not even about if it's true in today's media.
It's about can it be proven?
It doesn't work. It's like really media now become politics, where basically I can make it up, I can lie, because I really know at the end of the day, my listeners don't have time to research. So they gonna trust me. You see what I'm saying? So the only people that really are those people that actually joined the show, heard your response, heard you present the facts, then they was like, okay, no, I get it. And I have no problem with it. But the rest of the people who more kind of still fall for clickbait stuff, they kind of ran with what he said.
Yeah.
So and what's sad is they know that. They know that most of us are too busy to research. So they abuse that. So we have to, all as listeners, decide, are we going to be the type of people that get played by the media who just trying to milk us on our emotions, or do we just take the extra little bit of time to research? Just a little bit, especially if it's something you say you care about. Just do a little bit of research, and then you would have found out real quick that Winco said nothing about this situation that was on fire with Cooper. But it was blown up as if he was around us spreading rumors and saying, you know, Cooper's injured and come to me for all the information. I'm the Cowboys insider. I've always heard you talk about him as an insider. You always call James Slater an insider. I've never heard you once say one time that you're an insider. And then even when you got sources, you refer to them as, I have a Cowboy insider. The day that you start calling yourself an insider is the day you're going to really be an insider.
Yeah.
And so people need to know the truth on that. It's not right. And so I'm saying Mike Fisher is wrong and needs to chill out. And everybody is starting to see what's going on, that every now and then that the Cowboys, when they want something leaked, they go to you.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys.
When they want something leaked, they go to James.
Yeah.
And every now and then they go to Clarence. They got about 3 people that when they want stuff out there, they leak it through them. They have a privileged position at the table, but it also allows us to be able to discern the message and read the tea leaves, know if it's true. So anyway, man, say, man, get Snickers, man. Let's relax.
Yeah, man. That's why I just say, man, like Mike Fisher, like, it's funny, man, because these media pose the frauds. You sure are giving them you sure are validating them. And you know the cool thing about the game is, like, we don't consider ourselves to be, I always tell you guys, I don't do breaking news. I do accurate news because I don't have the ability to do breaking news unless I get the information. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's, like, you know, you guys, I only can break the stuff that I get. You know what I'm saying? I got scheduled 2 days beforehand. We dropped it, put it out there. That's what it was. Like, but even then, I told you guys then, it's still up. I got this from my source. You know what I'm saying? Because I am not the source. You know what I'm saying? I am a guy we take all the information we get and we filter it through our common sense and our independence, and we come up with rational information and we provide it back to you guys. That's what we do. Like, now, I'm gonna be honest with you, because of what we've done and my consistency. Yes, I have relationships with players. I do. I have relationships with former players. I do. I even have a couple of relationships, one or two relationships with a couple of people on staff. I do. But guess what? I don't put, if you put that type of information out there, you will burn those types of people. So it's like, I'm not in the business of burning people that look out for me. But it's amazing because for whatever reason, man, you know, these as Fish says, these media posers and frauds, hey man, I mean, like Drake said, man, I don't really gotta be in the media. Want to know why? Because like my boy Drake said, if you got people already watching your shows, if you got people already sharing your material, if you got people that already trust the stuff you say, then you already made it. Like, that's what people say, you want to work for the Cowboys? No. Why? You already made it. Like, my show is bigger than most of the Cowboys shows. Like, let's just be real. Most of the folks that work for the Dallas Cowboys, honestly, we have more likes and views than them. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you on social media. So it's like I'm not trying to be them. Like, we're not trying to be them. We don't want to be them. I will never move to Texas. As much as I love it, I will never. So how close can I really be? Like, for real, how close will we ever really be? The reason why you guys watch us is not because we're here saying that we're Cowboy insiders. The reasons why you guys watch and listen to us is because we're unbiased and we love the Cowboys just like you. So when stuff don't make sense, I can be like, yeah, bro, that doesn't make sense.
Right.
And guess what? I'm not going to have Jerry Jones knocking on my door saying, West Coast, you can't say that.
Right.
No.
You can't say that. Or we trying to do this with Rico, so just kind of keep that hush. Or we trying to get Cooper signed, so don't release that one.
And think about this. That's why so many parents, think about this. That's why so many players' parents watch our shows. Yep. I had a player's parent tell me, West Coast, you know you the only way I get information about my son. I said, why? That's weird. What you mean? She said, because he won't tell me. Like, he won't tell me. Like, he won't talk about that type of stuff. Like, that's what a parent told me. He said, my child won't tell me.
I'm going to make an offer you might consider, West Coast, okay?
Go ahead.
Shut it down either. If they really want to try to control social media voices, they need to go get a checkbook, start writing checks to the people that got the biggest voices out there, and then they can come knock on people's doors and say what people need to filter and not filter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, in some things, you know, I would even be considerate of it if the check
yeah. I mean, my thing is this: if it's real, if Amari Cooper didn't,
it's a way to tell the truth without selling out.
Yeah.
Right? You still, because there's certain things that we don't know because we're not privileged to the inside information.
Exactly.
So they come say, hey, look, boss, we understand your independence, and the West Coast, we understand your independence, but we want to shine a light that most people don't know, and this is why this particular issue, we probably need to kind of keep a little bit kind of cool. And we be like, okay, I got it. I see the big picture. Most people don't. So we'll go talk about the other 99,000 things and maybe let that one go. But if you're not offering any kind of checks, you know what I mean? Then you can't really, your own influence is trying to bully people through Mike Fisher. Oh no, I'm talking louder until you cut some checks, right?
Yeah.
So you know, right now, independence is everything, and you have to write a big check to hear my voice. You know, period. I mean, 'cause see, my soul not for sale. You know, but I mean, but I might consider it. If it's up there. I said, okay, I might tone down a little bit on that area, but for the most part, I love the Cowboys too much to hold my
yeah.
own.
And I'm gonna tell you what before I get up, I'm gonna tell you what's really going on with Mike Fisher. I'm gonna tell you what's really going on with Mike Fisher and all these other guys. I'm gonna tell you what's wrong with them. They're getting intimidated because they're seeing Boss Cowboy and West Coast Cowboy in the same media rooms as they are. Hey, go ahead, Fish. Ask your question. I'm next. That's what they see.
No,
that's what they see. That's what they really see, bro. And what's really intimidating is they know all these degrees they didn't pay for on their wall. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff. Y'all sign it. They got all this stuff they didn't sign, all this stuff they didn't got on the wall, right? I had a guy tell me, I had a guy tell me the same thing. Bro, you can't be doing like this. Bro, I went to school to do this. I didn't, bro. I'm just using my God-given talent and YouTube. Shout out to YouTube for showing me how to do these shows. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, YouTube. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, YouTube. And hey, shout out to producer G too, because he helped with the leg work too.
Producer G, yep.
Got to kick down producer G1. But you're saying that's what they don't like, man. That we have our voice and our independence. They have a voice, but they don't have their independence. Patrick Walker's told me in an interview, West Coast, the higher you get up in this business, the smaller your voice gets. Straight up.
Try to squash it.
Straight up.
Right there when he said it. I was
Straight up.
there when he said, I'm going to tell you exactly what he said. He said, hey, I'm going to talk to you a minute. Like, this is exactly what he said. He said, the higher you go, the more people go try to talk to you about cutting your dreads. The more people go talk about, hey, you maybe want to tone it down on this subject, that subject. I mean, we attacked a whole lot of different subjects with confidence that most people that's under somebody's umbrella when they be able to talk. We talked about race. We talked about Kaepernick. We talked about money. We speak freely on Steven. We speak freely on Jerry. We don't hold back because they writing us a check. You know, we say what we think unfiltered. And that's I always said that was the value of us.
Starboy said SportsCon proved that. You're right.
No doubt. And I saw a little of the animosity in there as we was asking questions. And to be frank, I was like, hey, we allowed to do it and we doing it. You know what I mean? And this is the difference between us and a lot of them. A lot of them were hired. We are having to make our own way. We having to grind. We having to research our own. We doing it out of pure passion. Nobody cutting you a check to research. Nobody cutting me a check to research, right? We research and we communicate with the fans out of pure love. We are one of the purest, period. Like, I was talking to my boy Starboy, who you just mentioned, and I say, Starboy, what you gonna do about ramping up the money, though, right? He said, Marcus, first of all, right now, I just love it. I love music and I love the Cowboys, and I blended it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of something pure, you should be looking for Starboy, West Coasters, and both Cowboys.
Fact.
That's what you should be looking for.
Fact.
Because it's pure with us. It's pure. And are we right all the time? Absolutely not.
Hey.
We drop major balls all the time. But do we also get 2 feet in and 2 touches, 2 feet down, and 2 toes, and look the ball in and score? A lot.
Hey, you know what's funny? Because we were having a conversation about Starboy the other day, and people was like, man, because Starboy, he a character, man. He a character. And I told somebody, said, man, he a character. I said, you know what I love about Starboy? And he said, what? I said, Starboy is just like me. The only difference is he raps. I blog. He just like me. Like, you know how much money he put out so that we can, to provide a great, high quality, free product? It's about $600 behind this product right now to push out a free show for you guys to enjoy. It costs about $600 to get this push this out. For it to be clean like this. Because I could easily just be on my phone, Grady in the back, and all this other stuff. Take about $600 a month to have this show coming out as clean in 4K as it is right now. About $600.
Right.
About $600. And we ain't in 4K. This is 720. This ain't even 1080.
You're talking about monthly maintenance. You ain't even talking about the upstart costs.
Yeah, like the laptops.
And the graphics costs. Like, what do it really cost is way more than that. You've been very modest, and I'm with you. I know what you go through, right? I see it firsthand. Just appear like all the logos and all the every time it changes and all the video changes and all the upgrades of that, and when you had the wood back, when y'all was doing the giveaway for the backpacks in California and LA, oh yeah, that slide didn't just appear on his own, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, it was. See, he being real modest, y'all. It's way more than what he just put out. Right? It's way more. So that's why, and then for the most part, you don't be spending a whole bunch of your time like a televangelist raising money.
No, you can't. You can't really do that.
A whole bunch of your shows are like, if you want to continue, you better talk about it. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's purely out of passion, and frankly, we need to be a little bit more economical, have more television.
Hey, speaking of which, hey, why are we on the same? so that my boy Boss Cowboy doesn't have to do a show on his phone. He can actually do one on the computer. Why? But guess what? Because of the situations we in, you got to do stuff. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yesterday, I had to work. I had a client where the price was I just couldn't do it. Like, it was one of the things where if you had one of the clients that you've been trying to get for a long time, and they hit you up on the day while you're on your way to training camp, and you like, but damn. You know, I mean, the money was so good, I started thinking to myself, well, dang, well, Zeke ain't even going to be there. That's how good the money was. Like, hey, this was one of them clients. When he called me, I was like, well, damn, Zeke ain't even going to be there today, so do I really got to be there? Hey, I got mortgage. Yeah, I got mortgage. What am I supposed to say, man? I try. At least I try. I drove halfway there. And literally, I drove halfway to camp. It's 117 miles from my house to camp. I drove, put it like this, I was so close to training camp that I saw the sign that said, "Welcome to Oxnard, home of the Dallas Cowboys training camp." And you know what I did? I got off on the exit, I got onto the street, and I turned around and went back the other way. That's what I did.
That's what I'm talking about. So y'all need to consider that when y'all think about what my boy West Coast is going through. And see, I'm going to be some similar when they come to Dallas, right? Well, I'm going to have to be making sacrifices, you know, where I can lose money and lose money a lot in terms of opportunity costs. You know, obviously, you know, I could be soliciting and growing business for my current business, but sometimes I use that time, you know, for Cowboy stuff. So, you know, I don't want them to be nasty. You don't have to be nasty, right? You don't have to send out your hit men like Fisher to try to kill voices.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Go partner.
And we're guys who looked up to you one day. Like, for sure, like, bro, I took my kids to ice cream. Boss, let me say this real quick.
Go give us a check. Like, go, you know, say, you know what, we like what you guys are doing. Y'all kind of the Wild West. Y'all don't have as much structure as we can provide, but we can provide you with structure, interviews, you know, and different things, because y'all already have a real good, you know, platform on social media, and you pretty much have a good blueprint. We can aid that, and therefore, we can also, every now and then, if we don't like it, or if it's something that's kind of going against the direction we want to go, we don't want to kill independence, but we want to kind of highlight every now and then the bigger picture, so you can speak from the bigger picture. Okay, cool. We can partner on those type of lines, right?
Yeah.
But if you like, I'm gonna try to bully you. Oh no, like, I mean, what is gonna hurt? It ain't gonna hurt me. It ain't gonna hurt West Coast. It ain't gonna hurt us. You gonna help us. You're not gonna hurt us. You know, it's like, no, you helping us. Because every time you hate on us, everybody gonna tune in to go see what we gonna say in return.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna say this. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Cause, well, I think the 2-hour shows is gonna be the norm from now on, man. Because we just can't do it in an hour. We just can't do it. So we probably don't. And you know, this is probably God's way of getting us ready for our next adventure of whatever it is. Because for whatever, and boss, you said this too. You said this. You said there is a reason why our shows always go 2 hours. Because right now, if we were to get hired to do a radio block on air, you're doing 4 hours. Nick Cannon just got hired to do the 6 to 10 hour, the 6 to 10 block in the mornings for the wake up show. He's going to be live from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. From 6 a.m. to 10 a.m.
I have no
4 hours.
To do it, bro. I never want to get off the show. Every time you cut it, we can still talk.
Hey, boss, but I'm going to say this. I want to say this real quick. I'm going to say this real quick. 2 things on why I want to continue the avenue of where I want to go. You want to tell you why? First thing, I remember, and I'm not going to say this company's name because, and I'm going to just insinuate, I'm going to just tell you guys the situation, right? My boy Boss Cow, and I promise you, boss, so don't cut me off when I say this. An article, a very explosive article that he submitted to a certain place that he works for as far as writing articles. And do you know, because of the content and what he was talking about, one Stephen Jones, that they did not release that article? That's one thing. Another thing, I'm going to tell you guys something else that scares the Mike Fishers and all these other folks. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you what scares them is that we have the same, because it's not about like, oh, yes, Mike Fisher can pick up the phone and call him Jerry Jones, but who cares if no one's listening, right? We have the same amount of people listening to us as Mike Fisher does, and Mike Fisher has the actual product. Like,
social media.
bro, do you understand how? I think how like slap in the face Fish is probably thinking that these young kids aren't even talking to the players on a regular basis like he is. Don't even have access to Jerry like he does. Yet we still get the same amount done.
Social media views, yeah, or better.
So, and the cool thing about the game is, last thing, I love Mike Fisher, man. When Mike Fisher followed me on Twitter, it's on my page right now. When Mike Fisher followed me on Twitter, I took all my kids, everybody in the house to La Muchacana. That's like that's the. I ain't not trying to be racist, but La Muchacana is like the Mexican ice cream truck, but it's a store. You know what I'm saying? My kids love it. That's the only Spanish word they know is La Muchacana.
Right.
I took all kids to La Muchacana.
Ice cream over just one follow.
When my Fisher follows you, you're doing something.
Not had for him. How much respect you have for him. You still have respect for him. I still have respect for him. I just have enough respect for myself to still be independent.
Yeah, and so I just don't get. So I don't get this. Meanwhile, the Cowboy measly pollers and frauds know who they are. Like, bro, Mike Fisher. Just like when you said Mike Fisher said that he talked to the people who were responsible. Like, I hit him up. Like, yo, when did we talk, Mike? Like, my thing is this: in 2019, I'm gonna say my best word for tomorrow. For 2019, let's have some nuts. From now on, if you don't like somebody, tag them. That's what I'm saying. No more subtleties. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because you know what? They're doing the exact same thing to Zeke. So I'm not surprised they do the same thing to me. I'm not surprised that they do it to their best player. What would they not do to me if they do it to Zeke? Like Jerry Jones did the exact same thing to Zeke.
Low-hanging fruit. Oh man, you like the easiest knife.
Yeah. Oh, my boy. It's the last thing I'm gonna say before we get up here. My boy Kerry says, what time does the Hall of wait, wrong question. He said, actually I apologize, that was Mekhi Webster. That's a hard hitter that said that. Shout out to my hard hitter that said that. He says if they're not coming with accurate info when you're delivering it, you're just a puppet. You're just a puppet. That's all you are. You're a mouthpiece. Yeah. When Fisher put out that damn contract, I was like, bro, come on. Are you serious? The Dallas Cowboys gonna really give you the actual contract and post it and make us believe that you just came up with that on your own?
No. Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. Yeah,
like, come on. And I'm gonna tell you something else that Fisher's doing unbecomingly that he doesn't know. He's ruining his relationship with these players. And he's gonna see it too. Because these new players, they're going to see him as, bro, you're just like Jerry Jones. You're on their side. So guess who they're going to talk to? More guys like me, more guys like Boss Cowboy. That's who they're going to do.
And James Slater.
And for sure, James Slater. For sure, James Slater.
Slater go get all of that. I mean, you know. Because she's one of the last. And, I don't know her personally because she could be just like Mike Fisher, all I know. But I'm just trying to judge it based on what it appeared to be from watching her just, stand up to them. Like, she pushed back at Jerry very hard day one when she said 40,000 can be actually used against Vicky to penalize him for this holdout. Are you going to do that? He said, we have that as an option. She said, but are you going to
do it?
I said, slow down now, Jay, slow down. But I respected her independence and her toughness in that question because she also knows that partially when she does that, she's at risk of not being able to get the crumbs that fall on the master table.
And I'm going to predict it right now. There's going to be a spat between Fisher and Jane at some point. I bet you.
Yeah, and
it's coming.
Can be behind the scenes to where they might give him all kind of like the steak crumbs that fall from the master's table. She might get a little bit of the good stuff, but not as quality like dessert crumbs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but think about this. Mike Fisher's not even getting crumbs. He's getting actual information.
That's what I'm saying, steak crumbs.
Like he's getting actual information.
It's still crumbs because he's not at the master table. He's just sitting under it to where he has a privileged position almost like, and I'm not saying this to be insulting, it's almost like when you're a dog or a cat in the millionaire's home, you eat better than the peasants, generally. You know what I mean? Like literally, like they throw away food and give it to their animals what people on the streets would die for. You know, so it's kind of like that's how I see them. Not saying animals, I'm not insulting them like that. I'm just saying they in a privileged position to be that close to information that can just fall to the table. But I still think to a degree he getting a steak left over at the dog, where she might be getting a little bit of cake, a little bit of dessert, a little shit, get the French fries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the word. You know, but
Yeah.
that's the price you pay for independence. But if you want to just walk that line and be like, yes or no, sir, tap dance, oh yeah, you're going to get you some steak.
Yep.
They trust you to deliver it in the format they want delivered. And another thing that we all got to understand about them, they also leak things to test the media response. That's why your voice matter, not media response, the public response. So when those numbers go up that Fisher poses, if the media response is, pay Zeke, oh, come on now, you're being greedy, Harry, that puts pressure on them. If they put up the numbers out there and we're more so like, Zeke doesn't want this, he's a greedy bastard, they'd be like, okay, good, we got leverage, we got time, we can move this out. So if we don't never understand our voice and the power of our voice together, then they will continue to play us. If we learn the value of independence, listen to people that's independent, debate healthy. Debate, but debate healthy. Debate where we want truth, where we're serious Cowboy fans out to uncover truth. Not to be right, not to prove you was always right about a certain player or a certain other player, but to just know what's true. If we become those type of people where we research and check things secondhand, become like Kerry out of H-Town. Oh no, Jerry and them will walk a better line with us because they'll know we don't fall for anything, and we suspect everything.
Yeah. Hey, that's a phenomenal point. And what up with you, Dallas fan? 1980. I see you, man. He says great show, long time, man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, big dog. Appreciate you, man.
I see you every now and then grinding out there on YouTube, bro, in your car.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. So hey, man. You know, hey, man, I want to tell you, Cowboys fan 1980 has the best barber in all of Cowboy football, period. Like, his lineup is ridiculous.
That boy line stays
ridiculous. Steve Harvey.
Oh, man, Steve Harvey, man.
Like one time I was at the draft and noticed him because of his lineup.
I'm telling you, hey, but he from my city, man, so that's how we rock. You know what I mean? But my line don't even look like his line.
His line is ridiculous. His lineup is ridiculous.
I'm gonna actually get a little jealous, so let's stop talking about that, man.
Hey, man, we just want to appreciate you guys. I mean, at the end of the day, man, our goal is only to bring you guys the best content possible. You know what I'm saying? It's not to bring you guys breaking news. And then think about this, guys. Just think about this. There's always a viral video of our Cowboys doing something. For anybody that says we're about clickbait, I want you guys to go on my page right now. Right now. There is not one article or one video on my page that is not created by myself or by a scout. And I'm not even going to say like somebody I know, by a scout. You go look on my page, there's only content that we create, that I create, or an article from a scout, like Boss Cowboy, Alex Cash, Trust the Process, my boy, DMP out there in Dallas, those guys. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm asking you guys right now, Mike Fisher go live, y'all tuning in? Dallas Cowboys scouting go live, who tuning in? Y'all tuning in. That's intimidating to them. It's because of y'all, man. The fans are what show them that you guys listen to guys like us. And for that, I'm forever appreciative and forever grateful for you guys. Because of you guys, I mean, my mama gave me my voice, but you guys definitely gave me the platform to stand and be able to yell it. So I appreciate you guys. I will forever appreciate it. And that's why I said, like, I don't need clickbait because I got the scouts. You know what I'm saying? And that's who I work for. That's who I blog for. I blog for the scouts. Right? Because those are the people who have said that they're going to support West Coast. So guess what? So I support them. You know what I'm saying? That's who I go hard for. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. That's why when everything with Amari Cooper dropped, I said, hey, I'm not tripping. If you don't know me, you don't got to believe me. These people right here, the scouts, they got to believe me. Why? Because they understand what I'm doing. And guess what? That's who held me down. And that's who I rock for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really tripping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping. I'm not fish. You know, I got bills to pay, but my bills, I didn't get into this game thinking I was going to use this laptop to pay my mortgage. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? We still got things that take care of this. So this allows me to have my voice. So I appreciate my scouts. I appreciate the Scout Nation. I'm a scout myself.
They try to call me scout leader. I'd be like, I don't like that. Just call me West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not no leader of the scouts. I'm just the guy who has the voice to put it out there. That's it. My boy Ricky Star Breezy just opened up a page. He doing live streams for video games. Guess what? Yesterday, for about 2.5 hours, it was me and another scout, the only people on there watching. But guess what? That's what it is. At some point, there'll have 15, 16 people watching. At some point, there'll have 70 people. It's all good. We'll be there rocking with them until then. That's what it's about. You support me, I'm going to support you. That's what it is. That's why my scouts know information that other folks don't know. You know what I'm saying? That's why also it was so easy for them to believe, because I've given them stuff that they know that they're holding on to and be like, damn. So when they be like, West Coast is just trying to clickbait, they be like, no. Why? Because West Coast told me some stuff and showed me some pictures of some stuff that really happened he didn't even post. Why? Because he don't get down like that. He not trying to tear his team down. He don't do stuff like that. That's why they have respect for your boy. And that's why I respect them. Why? It's a give and take relationship, man. That's all it is, man. It's a give and take relationship. As long as I am just reporting the news, because I'm not giving you my opinion. It don't take integrity to say that there's a blue light flashing around. What takes integrity is when I switch this screen and I ask you to trust me that there's a blue light swinging around. But if you can see it right here, that don't take trust or faith. So that's what we do here. Don't trust me, trust the information. You know what I'm saying? Don't trust me. You ain't got to trust me. You don't even know me. Trust the information. You know what I'm saying? Then use your own cognitive mind to make a decision. That's it. That's what I tell my scouts. Like, yo, I don't tell them you gotta believe me, but guess what? I'm always exhibiting the truth. So they just naturally do it. You know what I'm saying? So.
Right. And then one thing too, man, is we sometimes wrong, right? And we never, admit that that's not the case. It's all about trying to figure out what's true and apply pressure to try to get us to 6. That's the main thing. 6, 7, or 8, or 9. Like.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said all the time, I was wrong about LVE, and I was happy I was wrong about LVE. And guess what? You guys saw me live as I was wrong about LVE, and then you guys saw the show when I came on live and told you, hey, I was wrong about LVE. Now y'all see me rocking LVE jerseys. Like, you can trust that. One thing you can trust about West Coast is if I make a mistake, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna own up to mine. I have folks that told me, West Coast, the only reason why I believed about the Mari Cooper is because you never backed down about it. You never erased the comment. You never came off of it. You always stayed on it, and your story never changed. You wanna know why? Why? Because all I gotta do if I lie or say something wrong is just get off the internet and wait like 3-4 days and come back on like nothing happened. But that's not what we do here. It's not what we do here. You guys are paying to get the truth, man. And we already know Jerry Jones ain't gonna give you the truth. They did Emmitt Smith the same way. They were talking about Ezekiel Elliott. Boy, they did Emmitt Smith the same way. I wonder what they were saying to Emmitt Smith. They probably said something like this. Well, we know we don't need a Florida Gator running back to win no championship. I mean, I'm curious to know. I'm curious to know what were they putting in the media to downplay Emmitt Smith's value when they refused to play him.
Yep.
I wonder what they were putting in the media then.
I bet if we dig a little, we'll find it.
Oh, I bet you we will. And I bet you Jerry Jones paid a whole lot of money to cover it up. But it's all good, y'all. You already know what it is.
It might be all the way off the net right now.
They didn't even have net back then, so you're going to have to talk to somebody personally. You know what I'm saying? But I promise you.
It's probably somewhere in Dallas Morning News or somewhere, But everybody knew who to blame, though. That's why Charles Haley threw the helmet at Jerry. And
fun story is, I'm actually going to be seeing Charles Haley today. He's in Corona, California, and I am going to be asking him about that. So yeah, I will be going out to Corona to see that.
You faker. That's not going to be Charles Haley you're talking to. So when you get that information, I'm going to say what Mike Fisher said to you. What I do to make news is I let the players speak so they make the news, not me. So I guess when you ask him the question, his answers really will be the news, which will make it real in our face.
Absolutely. I'm gonna ask him about that holdout with Emmitt Smith. Like, he was a part of that. Like,
yeah, because I would love to hear the elaboration of what was going through his mind and why was you so aggravated and how did you pinpoint all those losses to just Emmitt? Well, not all those losses, the 0-2, because he knew exactly who to blame when he threw that helmet.
Exactly. And think about this: he was on defense. He wasn't even on offense. He was on defense, understanding how important Emmitt was.
Yes, but we don't understand our position.
Hey, Curtis, you're going to go. You and Kelly, you going to see Charles Haley today in Corona? If you are, let me know, man. Let's meet up. Chop it up. Hey, but you guys already know what it is, man. We've been here for a solid 2 hours, man. You guys already understand what it is, man. Never. Hey, Boss Cowboy, let them know where you can find you at before we get up out of here.
Yeah, definitely on my Twitter at Cowboy_boss. That's my handle at Cowboy_boss. But everywhere else, Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere else, you'll find me at Boss Cowboy Sports. That's exactly where you'll find me. Now, I do most of my posts right now on Twitter and Facebook. And I don't post a lot, but I post quality. So when I post, I thought about it. I really thought about it. I don't just try to keep everybody in the loop of every breaking news. I'm like West Coast. I also want to be accurate when I post. So if you come into my page, don't come to my page thinking you're going to get every breaking thing that happens. You're going to come to my page to think, you know what I mean, and apply pressure to the organization.
Yeah, man, because I mean the Dallas Cowboys literally post every single thing that happens. So it's like I don't want to be a copycat of the Dallas Cowboys. I know there's a lot of people out there that just want to be copycat Dallas Cowboys. They want to post the stuff as if they just got the information. Like that's not my thought. Like even when I do videos, I always say West Coast gives his reaction on this. West Coast gives his reaction on that. Like I'm not trying to like tell you like, oh, this happened. I'm giving you my opinion of it. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Trina said, last thing I want to read this last comment. He says, Jerry said the same thing about Jimmy Johnson. We don't need Jimmy to win a Super Bowl. And guess what? I know. We won one with Barry Switzer, but that was Jimmy's team. But you guys already know what it is, man. They're out of practice today. They're off today. So the next time we'll be at practice will be tomorrow around 3 o'clock. So make sure you guys tune in. But I will be live. I'll be going to Corona, California to see Charles Haley around 3-ish. As long as my schedule and stuff is straight. I'll be going out there at some point to see him, and I'm going to be trying to get that question out of him because I definitely need to ask him about that. So make sure you guys tune in later on. If I don't get it live, it will be a standalone video, and I'll post it on the page so you guys can see it. But I'm just saying that what a coincidence for that to happen. But you guys already know what it is, man. I am your boy West Coast. He is Boss Cowboy, and you guys already know what it is, man. Never look down because the star is up. Peace.
This is Ray Williams. Thank you so much for hanging out with us with Dallas Cowboy Scout.
Appreciate
My
it.
man West Coast from this buck.
Thank you for watching West Coast.
Shout out West Coast Cowboys. You know, it's always love over here. Raider, Cowboy, always a Cowboy.
You did one hell of a job, and the only thing else I got to say is, how about them Cowboys? Yeah!